Hey there, we're Crystal and Eric, corporate remote workers, property photographers, and full-time van lifers. We like traveling off the beaten path and finding hidden gems along the way. If you like that too, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Alright, you know the drill by now. We're the city people that go to the national parks.
And we are in another national park today. We are in Grand Teton. We got in technically last night, and we have been in this wild camping spot that we really like with a really sick view of the Tetons. So we got to stare at them all day. So the national park here is super weird because there is a drivable loop, which you know we love to do, but a part of that loop, it is national park, but it's not in the national park.
Just the road.
It's just the road. So we technically did that yesterday.
Boom, check it off. We're
right,
done.
exactly. But we're going to complete the loop on this trip probably tomorrow because today we are headed into Jackson to see what that's all about.
So part of this city people go to the national park tour is the city also.
Because there happens to be one here. None of the other national parks had like anything outside of it.
Like literally, basically a part of it. So that's what we're going to check out.
I'm excited. Let's go see it.
You have to hold it.
I'm not holding it.
This is good. This is vlogging.
No.
Welcome to the Tetons.
They're back there.
And technically, we're in the park?
Yeah, technically we are. We're on that weird road. That's the road that is also the national park. So we've just been backtracking that a little bit. We had fun in Jackson last night. It was a super cute little town. We had some mediocre food. Pretty much what's to be expected from like a vacation town is what it seems like.
That's exactly how I would describe it. It's a great ambiance, but it's not going to deliver much more than it absolutely needs to. And it will be a little bit overpriced. It's exactly what it almost seems like the Jersey Shore coming from somebody from New Jersey. You know what I mean?
I would like to see it in the winter, I think. Maybe it has a little bit more like zhuzh to it in the winter. But yeah, it was cool to stop by. It's been the only national park so far that has a town nearby. So I think it just gets bonus points for like having civilization near stuff like this.
Yes, and it is right here. We were worried that it would not be more than just a beautiful view, but we found Mormon Row, which is, I guess, it says the most visited portion of Grand Teton National Park, which is hilarious because there's no entrance and like unless you read the sign, you wouldn't know it's actually in the park. But it gives it that like extra little bit so that you can take pictures of it. Yeah. And it's cool.
It gives you a subject. It gives you a little bit of history. So what more can you really ask for? It is time for us to head into the park, though. There is a scenic loop that we will be doing. And
our favorite thing.
It is our favorite thing. And I am still curious if there is more to see than just this. Like, especially getting in towards the Tetons, I'm curious what this road looks like. Because when you Google Grand Teton National Park, like you just see this view. This is really what comes up. This and the lake. So I guess we have this and we have the lake and then all the stuff in between. Let's see what it's like.
So let's go check it out. We are staying in a campground in the national park for the first time ever.
Wow, the first time we're staying in a national park.
It's a big moment.
All right.
Let's go. Glacier. Quite the plot twist when it comes to Jenny Lake.
Okay, you're driving and you get to the trailheads and the traffic is insane.
As bad as it has been from all the national parks, we could not find a spot. It has its own visitor center, store, everything. It's like its own little park, and it was packed.
Absolutely packed. And seriously, not a spot in sight. And there were people parked on either side of the road for probably a half mile in each direction. So we were like, well, guess we're just not going to see Jenny Lake today because not interested in waiting and fighting those crowds.
And we were lucky enough to have the campsite like we talked about for the first night in a national park tonight. So we were figuring we'll come in off hours. That's when we'll get to see it. We'll see what we can do today. But if you keep going, you'll find the Scenic Drive. And boom!
You end up right here. And we were actually surprised because there's someone trying to take a picture right in front of our van. That's very funny. We were very surprised because when we did get let in, they, I think, were just trying to not hold up traffic, and they were like, just go. They really didn't even care if we like had a park pass, basically.
Yep. You could just hold a credit card out there, and they're like, yep, that counts.
They did not care, and they were not like handing out maps or doing anything like that. We're new at this, so maybe we could have asked for one, but we were like, oh my god, we don't have a map. We literally have no idea where we're going. And we did download the Google map offline before coming into the park, which I'm glad, because we're just using Google Maps to try and like figure out where to go. And we did find this, and that's I think why we were surprised, but so exciting that this is here and you can still see it, and like you can see it right out the window right now. It's beautiful.
It is so gorgeous. Crystal told me it's a glacial lake, which is just like, how cool is that? Glacial lake. Right? I don't know. It sounds cool to me.
It sounds cool.
The water's clear. The weather's great. I love that we found this cool turnout especially after seeing such a packed house.
Yes.
And like my expectations were brought to zero. Now, boom, surprise.
Also, the turnout is actually quite small. I would say it fits maybe 20, 25 cars. So there's not a lot of parking here either, but that also means that there's not a lot of people back here. And honestly, I think most of the people go to the main visitor area of Jenny Lake and not this, because it's still pretty private back here.
Unless you're going on a hike, I imagine, because I do see that the dirt path goes on, but it's just like, here's the view. But that's all we need.
That's all we need. I love it.
All right, let's see what else this park has to offer. I'm already like, big thumbs up. Jenny Lake, let's go.
Woo!
So we've made it to our campground, and boy, what a letdown.
Yeah, I'm actually so disappointed because we were excited to stay in the national park. It was $80. We kind of justified it because we were getting water and a dump site and showers and laundry and staying in the park. But it turns out you have to pay for the showers.
Point-operated shower. What is a ski ball?
We paid $80 already to stay here.
This is the biggest bracket of them all.
Of
I
it
can't
all.
believe it.
I can, because it's inside the park.
Still, $5. Did you say $5 for 7 minutes? I'm sorry, it's just not getting into my brain.
Which we have not come across yet.
We have been mad that you have to pay for laundry.
Yes.
At the paid campsites, because
I think that's so dumb. I think that's so dumb.
Absolutely, you are paying an exorbitant fee to stay at these campsites. I don't want to be literally nickeled and dimed at the laundromat. That's really tough. So to get here, to be excited to shower and use the facilities, and guys, this was $80 to stay here. It is not that big of a price break from a fancy RV parks and stuff like that. In order to, like, it should absolutely be free. You should be able to shower.
Yeah. Now, I guess what is nice is that the showers are open to the public. So if you're not staying here, you can also pay to shower.
But they should give you some tokens or something.
But that's
for
the thing.
being
Like,
here.
if you're staying here, they should, I think, give you some sort of credit towards the shower. I've just never seen it before. Let us know if that's more common than what we've come across. But that's so annoying. And it's $5 for 7 minutes.
That is way
Is that what
too
it was?
quick. Yes.
Yeah, that's insane. Needless to say, we're not showering here. We have a campground booked tomorrow, which hopefully we'll have free showers. So we're just going to wait until then.
It's a real one. It'll have showers. Yeah. It has a pool, I think.
Okay, that's exciting. We are at the Signal Mountain Campground. There are other campgrounds here. By the time we booked, all of the other campgrounds in Grand Teton were booked, so we just kind of got left with this.
I don't know if someone canceled. It was the only spot, like, I think, left in the campground. Yeah, it's full now.
We got the last spot in the national park. So maybe the other ones are better. Check them out for yourself. Just take it as a word of warning. We personally would not stay here again, especially when we had an amazing free dispersed camping site with an actual view of the Tetons for free, like 20 minutes from here.
So that brings us to the review of the Grand Tetons. This one was very different than the other ones.
Incredibly different. I would say from an accessibility perspective, you can still drive it, and almost an easier drive than the other one. So that is a big differentiator. That's probably a positive if you're a city person like us. But the negative is the accessibility in terms of like what you're seeing and the views themselves.
The thing is with the Tetons is that they are ever present in this area. You can see them from the road. Like Crystal mentioned, we had a campsite that you could see them for free, and literally we worked all day next to this incredible Teton view. All of that without having to go through any visitor's entrance, pay anybody any fees. You can replicate a lot of the positives of the Grand Teton National Park experience without entering the park. That said, there are some really cool things that are worth coming to see. We saw a glacier.
That's fun to drive in and see that little glacier.
That's really cool.
And Jenny Lake was truly odd. Like, I teared up. It was so beautiful. If you're a lake person like me, it is so, so, so beautiful.
Those things I feel like we can't have missed for sure. But there's so much of this area that isn't actually the park that can be replicated. And I think that's worth noting. It's not like the other parks in that way.
Agreed. Something else worth noting that is different about this park is that, yes, the scenery is beautiful, but they so heavily rely on the scenery being beautiful that they don't provide you anything else. And I think a lot of people are probably just happy to be here and looking at it. But if you're interested in learning about the area, seeing the history, you're not going to get a lot of that.
A lot of what we've enjoyed is going to the spot that's designated on the map, seeing some sort of informational board, reading about
what you're looking at.
Yes, getting that knowledge. We love learning. Information. I've been so excited. And I've been wondering aloud what these mountains are made of. Are they granite? Are they something else? Are they a mixture of different kinds of rocks? I've been forced to get basically a bachelor's in geology going to all these national parks. That I'm interested in it now, and they didn't tell me.
They didn't tell you.
There was no board, there's no nothing. They do have a really epic visitor center, so maybe it's all just centralized there. But I like to be like, hey, look at that. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. That's cool for me.
It feels a little bit more relevant when the information is presented to you while you're enjoying the thing that it is you're learning about. So the visitor center, while it was cool, it also seemed to be mostly focused on kind of like the activities around the area and a big focus on the nature. I think, again, it's very visually wowing. It's some of the best architecture that we've seen in a visitor center so far. It's clearly put a lot of friggin' money into the visitor center, but again, they just don't follow it up with kind of the information that you want. So with that being said, we do technically have like one or two more stops on the scenic view to see. They are in between our campground and where we're going tomorrow. So we are just gonna hit them on the way to where we're going tomorrow.
And follow the channel, you know, we're gonna nap.
Right now we're taking a big nap.
It's afternoon, maybe it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like this video, subscribe for more. We have the granddaddy of them all, Yellowstone.
Woo!
I wonder if Kevin Costner will be there.
I've never seen the show.
I just watched a couple episodes. It's really not that good. There's only a couple of stops left.
And what?
The whole West trip.
It's been cool being out here and all. I don't know if anyone else on the road starts to feel like this, but I'm like...
We've been out here for too long.
Yeah.
It's time to go back to the Midwest, baby.
Yes, it is.
All right, we'll see you there.
Bye.
I lost it. That'll bring him right to the door.
It will.